now. No sidebar. My previous ruling stands. She did not bring it up. I think you are very mistaken.
I respect the court's ruling. So what were the other arrangements that you had talked about with Mr. Smith about as far as payment for rides? There was nothing? Do you remember? Let's look at page 42. Tell me if I read these correctly. Starting at the bottom of 42, starting at April 5th, 2023, at 10:33 in the morning and 18 seconds, you said, "Hey, I'm going to go back to sleep for a bit because my stomach is killing me, but I was wondering if you could give me a ride to work." Did I read that correctly? And then you said, "Please, I have to be there at 4, so we have to leave at 3:30 so I can at least get you some money because I feel bad. I'll help you clean too." Did I read that correctly?
Yes.
And then you said, "Please, Ray," correct?
Yes.
And then he says, "You may have to call one of your boy toys for that." Did I read that correctly? You said, "Ray," he said, "Serious," and then you said, "Seriously, LOLG." He says, "You have 3 options." Did I read that correctly?
Yes.
You say, "I need your help though, for real," correct? You say, "Okay, let's hear it." He says, "I already told you the 3 options. TOI, got to work off that ride debt, dog." Did I read that correctly? You say, "I'm going to give you money today and help you clean." Did I read that correctly? You said both. And then you said, "So can you help?" And he says, "When are you cleaning or getting money?" Did I read that correctly? And then a few lines farther up, April 5th, 2023, he says to you, I don't exist to serve you. You have put cleaning or payment or the other thing on the back burner. So it is what it is." Did I read that correctly?
That was what Ray wanted, and I told Ray that's never gonna happen. That was never an option.
There were
If you look at the
conversations,
text, it said,
and he says, "or the other thing."
he says that.
And you had conversations with Mr. Smith about sex for rides, didn't you?
He said that.
You had conversation with him about that in the past, didn't you?
How dare you? No, I did not.
You also had conversations with him in the past about sex for money, correct?
No, I didn't.
You were using drugs heavily at that period in time, correct?
No, I wasn't.
Did you ever have the police come to revive you because you overdosed?
Sustained.
I don't care if she's the biggest.
Sustained. Sustained. Counsel, I'm just going to say this. I don't mind giving some leeway as to your questioning, but your questioning has to have some basis. It's not just going to be a free rein attacking somebody's credibility. I don't care who it is. You've got to have some basis for some of the questions that you're asking. If you're telling me that somehow and or another that she is trading, I guess what you're saying is sex for money, where's your basis for that?
In the text messages you're on?
Where in the text messages? Point it out to me.
Page 34.
What's it start with? What's the date?
April 27, 2023.
Okay,
Says, hey, I don't know if
where?
the court wants me to read it.
Where is it? What time?
4:03 and 41 seconds.
4:03. 21 seconds. April 27, 2023.
Yes, Your Honor, page 34.
Oh, remember, my copy doesn't.
Yeah, I apologize. Where it says, hey, so my schedule is pretty clear next week.
Yes.
Workout and also.
Right.
That's one reference.
That's his reference. That's not her reference.
No, it is her. That's her sending it to him. Where it says received, that's received by my client's phone. That's her sending it.
And also,
Yes.
where is that meaning anything?
Your Honor, I have a context, obviously, from my understanding of the facts of the case.
I'm just going to be clear. Unless you have some clear indication that somebody is exchanging sex for money, not going to have somebody come up on this stand. I don't care what kind of case it is. And you make that accusation and impugn somebody's character. If you're going to do that, then you better have something other than some innuendo to back it up.
This is one of the most significant moments of the entire hearing. Notice that Judge Simpson isn't preventing the defense from questioning the witness. He's requiring that serious allegations have an evidentiary foundation before they're presented in open court. Under the rules of evidence, attorneys are generally expected to have a good faith basis for insinuations made during cross-examination. The judge repeatedly asks counsel to point to specific text messages instead of relying on speculation or implication. That's an important distinction because credibility can absolutely be challenged, but it must be supported by actual evidence, not assumptions. This exchange also reminds everyone watching that even aggressive cross-examination has legal boundaries. Do you think the defense was testing a legitimate theory, or did the judge step in at exactly the right moment to keep the questioning fair?
Page 18. August 21st, 2023. 8:21 and 09 seconds.
August 21st, 2028, what?
8:21 and 09 seconds. And then 8:21, 53 seconds, 8:22, 19 seconds. Those are all about sex for money.
You're saying August 21st?
Yes. It says we still need to talk about rules and stuff.
Then if you want to ask her about those before you make the accusations, then you need to do it.
Sorry, I couldn't hear the.
You need to ask her about those. If you're saying those are her statements and that's what I mean, you're going to have to ask her about them before you make that accusation.
Okay. Miss England, turning to page 34, April 27th, 2023. At 4:03 p.m. and 4:03 and 41 seconds. You texted to Mr. Smith, hey, so my schedule is pretty clear next week for workout and also with about 4 or 5 O's on the end of that. Do you see that?
Yes.
And that was referring to the possibility of rides for sex.
No, that was talking about the girl one.
Let's go now to page 18, August 21st, 23.
There.
Ray sent to you a text message at 8:21 and 09 seconds. We still need to talk about rules and stuff if you want to do what we were talking about. And you responded, I'm talking about one time for $100. And you also said, if there's stipulates, it's okay. Did I read that correctly?
Yeah.
There's a couple of typos in your typing, but that's what it says, correct?
Sure.
That was you discussing with Ray sex for money, wasn't it?
It was us discussing cleaning his house, $100, $15 an hour. Continue reading this text message. See that. That night, I went over to his house and he said some very derogatory, gross things to me. And that's when things kind of got weird between us.
And what were those derogatory things that you claim that he said?
I should wear a maid outfit while I clean his house.
And you still went and cleaned after that, didn't you?
I needed the money. I was in a very bad spot.
On April 10th, you also have April 6th and April 10, you have communications with Ray about rides to various places, correct?
Can you give me page number, please?
40. He would take you places like the doctor's office, fair to say?
He did was, I think,
Did he ever take you to do your drug testing?
so. No, I think that he took me to get a drug test or something. I don't know, I don't believe it was confirmation. I don't.
What else would you have been drug testing for? Now, on April 24th, you actually invited him over to your house, didn't you?
He often did, my mom often invited him over as well.
Does he have a dog named Oreo? So on April 24th, you invited him and Oreo to come over to your house, correct?
I'm trying to see.
Well, let me just ask you, do you remember inviting him and Oreo over at the end of April 2023?
Like I said.
You ever ask him to go for a walk?
Once.
Was that April 24th, 2023 as well?
I do not know exactly, but it looks like it.
And this is after the time period that you claim it started getting weird, but you're asking him to go for a walk?
Sir. It's a neighbor.
Who you claim made inappropriate derogatory remarks to you, yet you're asking him for a ride, asking him to come over, asking him to go for a walk. Those are all true statements, things that you did.
Yes. I thought that was just his personality. He did that. He said inappropriate things in front of everyone. But
You would also sometimes text him heart emojis.
I do that also.
To people that you think it's weird with. You asked him, he gave you rides in May of 2023, fair to say? You said that you were in hard times in May of 2023. You actually wanted his returnables, his cans,
He
because
wanted to give me his cans because he had bags and bags and bags and bags. He wanted to give me his cans.
Well, on May 20th, 2023, you actually ask him if he has any empty cans that you can have, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
And because you needed the money, right?
fine. Well, it wasn't necessarily that I needed the money from the cans, but it's why not? He'd offered them to me. It's not like I was out there collecting cans.
Well, let's look at the text messages on May 20th. This is page 28, May 20th, 2023.
Gravy. Me getting.
Ma'am, wait, ma'am. I'll get to that. Wait for the question. Go ahead, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. So did you text him on May 20th, 2023 at 8:59 and 53 seconds? Question, do you still have all those empty cans? And his response was yes. And then you say, I'm willing to take them off your hands. Very poor at the moment from having COVID and not being able to work. That was the exchange that you had with him at that time, correct?
Sure.
And would you smoke marijuana with him?
I have no idea. I can't give you an answer to that.
Is it fair to say on a fairly frequent basis?
I wouldn't say for once in a while.
So give me a ballpark of what once in a while is.
I don't know. Once in a while.
Is that like once a week, once a month, once a year?
He came over to smoke marijuana with my mom and dad.
And then there were times that you would go over to his house and it would just be the two of you, correct?
Yeah.
And you're saying that the night of the events, that's why you went over there initially. That's your claim, correct? And this was not an unusual type of occurrence for the two of you, correct? And yet you were going to do this even though things, as you say, had started to get weird. And you asked him for coke in June of 2023.
Yes.
He didn't have any cocaine, did he?
Not then.
Did you ever do cocaine with him?
No.
There's a pending PPO case related to these facts, aren't there?
Sorry.
You know what a personal protection order is?
Yes, I know what personal protection order.
You actually filed for one against, you actually filed for one against Ray in the circuit court in Washtenaw County, correct? And there was one issued by Judge Slay and it was just renewed not too long ago, correct? It was renewed. You have an attorney in that case, don't you? That attorney represents you and is paid by one of the people in the audience here. Isn't that correct?
Objection, relevance.
What is, oh, stop. What is the relevance of this?
Your Honor, it goes to motive. There's
A motive to do what?
to make false allegations against Mr. Smith because of the
Counselor,
dynamic.
we passed, hold on. You know, and I give counsel all the leeway in the world, or try to. Are we past you trying to call her a prostitute? Are we past the money for sex thing now that you have nothing to back it up with?
Your Honor,
Are we past it? Question mark. Are we past it? You don't want to answer me.
Your Honor, I would like.
You don't want to answer.
I do.
Counsel, you be very careful. I asked you a direct question. You do not wish to answer me. Is that correct?
I will answer the court.
Are we past it?
Yes.
Now, as to this issue, give me a proper as to what in the world that could be about. So what if somebody else is paying an attorney fee of hers that's sitting in the pews out there? Why do I care?
Court should care because it shows the totality of the circumstances surrounding the allegation
What does that mean?
It means that there is an ongoing dispute at the condo complex, and there are two factions. Mr. Smith is in one faction, other people are in a different faction. The other people in the different faction have a vested interest in driving Mr. Smith out of that condo complex. Now they're laughing. So I was looking to try.
Go ahead.
So I was looking to try to explore with the witness what I believe is the reality of the situation, and that there are other motives at work behind the claim that this was a non-consensual sexual encounter.
I am trying to give every benefit of the doubt to that argument that I possibly can, but I cannot even begin to follow that. You're saying she got a PPO, which went through another judge, highly respected judge, Judge Slay, who issued it and then reissued it, so I'm to understand. And that behind all of that is that she did that so that she could drive the defendant out of the complex that they all live in.
Because for a portion of the time that the PPO was in existence, Mr. Smith was not allowed to go back to his residence. And there is a parallel PPO matter in other residents in the condo complex.
Against who?
Against the person that is paying for Miss England's private attorney in the PPO matter.
You have got to be kidding me.
I wish I was, Your Honor.
And what does that have to do with anything I have to rule on in this case?
It goes to motive and credibility, which I believe is always an issue.
So her motive for making the accusation is to drive him out, and that she's in cahoots with somebody else, whoever that is out there that's paying some attorney bill, in order to drive him out.
I think the court understands where I'm going, yes.
No, I don't. Well, let me rephrase that. I understand where you're going. I don't even know why we're going down that road. I have no clue whatsoever as to what I Mr. Reiser, you have risen. Is there something you want to say?
I was objecting to the questioning about who is representing her or why someone would represent a personal protection order. For the record, in Odyssey, the petition was filed October 10th of 2023. So I don't think
October 10th of 2023, her petition was filed.
correct, October 10th of 2023, and the date of offense for our case is September 20th, 2023.
Right. So that's why she made the whole thing up to do that. So she made what you're putting forth to the court is that she made this complaint and then does a PPO for the sole purpose of supporting somebody else to drive him out of the complex?
That's part of the defense's position.
Oh, for Pete's sakes, counsel. Court's in recess.
TNA District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back. The Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson presiding.
You may be seated. Back on the record in the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Raymond Smith. Counsel is present. The witness is now seated. And now for the third time, ma'am, I will tell you and remind you, you are still under oath. You may continue your question.
Thank you. You had mentioned that at the time, shortly in the months leading up to the incident, you were having tough times or something to that effect. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Objection, no.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Yes, I was living with my mom, and I working a job that I didn't enjoy.
Did you have debts to people in the community?
1%.
You're a drug dealer? Now, whether you meant them or not, you would say some pretty nice things to Ray in the month leading up to September 20th. Is that fair to say?
Give me an example.
Page 21. August 20, 2023 at 11:47, 7 seconds PM. Yeah, you said, what's going on? Do you need / want to talk? I'm here for you. And then in all caps, always.
Is that I
So you said you were here.
so I understood, had some information.
You told
Being human.
them you were always there for him, correct? I'm sorry. Yeah, but that's not my question. Isn't about humanity. You indicated to him that you're always there for him.
And you said that in the context of his dad dying? Okay. All right. That's what I'm going to explain anything else.
Now, you've told them that you loved them, haven't you? And you told him that you loved him in the context of discussing with him in the month prior rules that there were going to be if the two of you would be touching each other.
You mean not touching? That text out loud?
Did you discuss with him
Exactly.
touching? Did you discuss with him touching?
Not.
And
I discussed not touching. I said you are not allowed to touch me.
Did you
That's
say?
what I said.
Did you say he could touch your hair?
I said you are not allowed to touch my hair. Please read the text again.
Did you say to him
Please
that you
read the
could?
text again.
Your Honor, can I get a responsive answer?
I think she's responding.
I am responding multiple times.
I'm not asking you about the text message.
You asked me.
I'm asking you, did you ever tell Ray Smith it was okay for him to touch your hair?
Absolutely not.
So if we go to the text message on page 19, and you say to him at the bottom,
Give me timing.
August 20, 2023, 11:54 and 21 seconds PM.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You actually mentioned, you used the word marriage with him, didn't you?
When was that?
Well, let's read the text. Tell me if I read it correctly. This is from you to him. Like letting me go, number 2, no touching unless it's hair. Did I read that part correct?
Yes, you did.
And then you write no raising voices and please. Did I read that part correct?
So this is in.
Did I read that part correct?
Yes, you did.
And then you said, remember, I love you. Did I read that part correct? And if as ready for marriage and kids
Kids.
right now, but I'm not.
Because he repeatedly asked me to have children with him, as I stated in the police report. He said I was a 10 and he deserved a 10.
Told him you could touch your hair, didn't you?
I told him yes, that's what it says here. Kind of disgusting that he wants to touch my hair that much. Don't you think?
And right after that, the next day, is it still your testimony that this $100 for one time, that was all about cleaning?
Absolutely.
Just the same way that you just said you never said he could touch your hair. Now all of a sudden that changes.
4 years ago, I didn't know the trauma he put me through, that you put me through. How am I supposed to remember that?
Do you have any idea what it's like to be falsely accused?
He's not.
You don't have to answer that.
I'll move on, Your Honor.
You should have never gone there.
On August 21st, you went over to his house, correct?
Correct.
What did you do?
I smoked marijuana.
And then you invited him that same evening to come over to your house, correct?
What?
You were uncomfortable, you were kind of creeped out, there were weird vibes outside, and you asked him to come over?
August 21st.
Yeah,
What are we looking at right now?
I'm asking you if you remember having that kind of communication.
I don't remember most of these conversations. They were 4 years ago.
Take a look at page 15 at the top. You asked him to go over because you were creeped out.
You had to stand outside.
You felt safe with him, didn't you?
No, I didn't. But it was he was a man. Definitely didn't feel safe with him, but I trusted him to an extent. He was friends with my mom.
Not always friends with your mom, are you?
That's not your business.
Can I get an answer, Your Honor? Her answer is
What's
it's
the
not your
relevance?
business.
What is the relevancy of that?
Your Honor, with all due respect, the witness
No,
doesn't
that
get
means
to,
I'm about to get none. So what relevancy is it? Answer my question.
it goes to the dynamic of the entire situation, which that's what it goes to. And that why does she need him to come over? What role does Ray Smith play in her life? And I really object that the witness is now the one who's controlling the examination.
Don't even go there, counsel. Because I will shut you down in a minute. I've given you tons of leeway, but you will never, ever disrespect this court or this judge. So you better go outside right now and check yourself before you say anything like that to me again. Court's in recess.
All right. District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session. The Honorable Day 76 of the zone.
May be seated. Back on the record in the case of the People's State of Michigan versus Raymond Smith. Counsel is present. The witness is present. May I remind you, you're still under oath. Freeman, you may continue with your cross-examination, and now I will show you exactly how this court can run a preliminary examination since you think somebody else is in control. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. England, in the week or so leading up to September 20th, 2023, did you have a boyfriend?
Relevancy.
What is the relevance of that?
Your Honor, the witness had previously stated that she wasn't interested in Mr. Smith because she was involved in another relationship at different points in time. And I have reason to believe that she no longer was in a relationship when it came to September 20th, 2023. And that's what I'm trying to explore.
And I would have judged her, it's not relevant if she had 6 boyfriends.
Objection sustained. No, I sustain the objection. Go ahead.
On September 18th, 2023, did you go over to Ray's house? Two days before.
Oh, maybe. Probably, more than likely, but I don't want to be wrong. We said September 18, yes.
What did you go over there for?
Probably just not very long. It's always a long.
And did you go over on the 19th to clean? And then on the 20th of September, you indicated that you went over in order to smoke marijuana, correct?
Yes.
Was there any plan to have any other drugs? Did you want to take other drugs? But he didn't? Prior to going over to his house, what had you consumed that was mind altering? And I'm talking specifically on the 20th of September.
Specifically on the 20th of September. I don't. So it's long ago. I have so much has happened since then. I did the line of cocaine earlier in the day.
About what time?
I
And would the effects of that cocaine have worn off by the time you went over to Ray's? Had you taken any other mind altering substances that day? So at the time that you went over to Ray's, you were feeling okay, fair to say?
Oh, yes.
You felt sober. And the marijuana that you smoked at Ray's, that was smoked, I think you said from a bong.
Yeah.
Were there any other, for lack of a better way, any other ways that you ingested it? Did you have any edibles? Did you smoke a joint? Was there anything else besides the bong?
No.
Did Ray ever act as like a peeping Tom?
Yes.
When was that?
I saw him by my window once.
And that's a second floor bedroom window? When was that supposedly?
When I was living with my mom, I can't give you an exact date.
It was well before the events of September 20th, though,
It
correct?
was before. It was before that.
But we're not talking like a day before, we're talking a long time. I would say.
Yes. Whether he was peeping. Say.
So after you, before leaving Ray's house that evening, you gathered your clothes, correct?
Yes.
What did you put on?
I believe it was my pants, shirt, it's my pants and shirt
So you got dressed.
as I was walking Steps, yeah, I had a sweater too, and I remember I did not have that on. I had it with me.
And when you say as you were walking down the steps, you were getting dressed, what steps are you talking about?
He has stairs leading out to his front door
So were these stairs on the outside of the front door,
inside.
inside the front door?
Yeah, so his apartment is almost like a loft where you have to walk upstairs to get to.
And you had your cell phone with you?
I had my bag with me.
Was your phone in your bag?
Yes, I'm assuming because I didn't have to go back to get it.
And you had your phone with you in your bag as you walked from Ray's house to your mom's house?
Yes. I had my stuff with me. I was not in. I couldn't walk a straight line. I mean, I wasn't.
You were able to stop and smoke a cigarette though, correct?
I don't remember. I did, I did.
How long did it take you to gather up your clothes and get dressed and leave?
Asked me, I wanted to cuddle.
Did he say why he wanted to cuddle?
Not that I remember. I don't really. I don't know. I don't remember. So much. There's so much. Like I get flashes. You know, in my memory, I get flashes of what happened. And
Okay, ma'am,
all the
ma'am, wait for a question. Next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. So you walk back to your mom's house, and what do you do when you get inside your mom's house?
I don't remember like exactly. I know I was.
How long was it between the time you left Ray's house and the time that you went to bed?
I don't remember. I think you're asking how long it was before I went to sleep.
Yes. Did you talk to anybody before you went to sleep?
So I didn't talk to my mom. She was sleeping in the wall.
Was there anybody else in the apartment or in the condo at that time? Your mom's condo besides your mom?
So
And you didn't, I'm sorry, you would have told them what happened.
now
And you had your phone, but you never called the police then, did you?
I just no, I didn't.
What'd you do with your clothes?
I fell asleep. I took them off in the morning, clothes on, and I think my sweater I hung up in the closet. Shirt I left out in bed, maybe, I don't know. And the pants I
When was the washer started?
the police collected those pants before the washing, so.
So when you were examined at the hospital, the nurse that was doing the exam, she was taking notes, correct?
Yes,
Think of why the nurse would put down on the report that you had no trauma to your bottom area, to your anus.
Objection to what the nurse's report dictates.
Sustain it as to the form of the question.
You're claiming that when you were examined, you had trauma to your anus, that when you were examined at the hospital, that was readily apparent, correct?
I don't know if it was readily apparent.
That would have been something you would have mentioned if it had happened?
I didn't mention it. She knew what happened. I have lots of.
Hold on. Damn, I answered the question. You've answered it.
Now, the next day, what time did you go to the hospital?
I don't know, I slept a really, really, really long time. I'm not sure. It was not, it might have been, it was in the late morning or the afternoon.
That you went to the hospital? Okay. And so Ray texted you at 8:53 in the morning about whether you wanted to come over to his house after work that day, correct?
Yes,
And you responded later that afternoon that you were not okay last night. You weren't able to say yes or no. You said, I was fucked up and only remember one little part. That's not okay. That's rape. That's what you said to him, correct? And he responded to you. You were saying you were fine and you seemed really alert. You consented. I asked multiple times if you are on drugs and you said no. That's what he said back to you, correct?
Yeah.
And you indicated that you would press charges if he didn't stay away from you, correct?
yes,
And you said that to him at about 3:13 in the afternoon, correct?
yes,
And then at 4:06, you asked him about a pair of earrings and a hair clip that you think you left at his house.
yes.
This is after you said, stay away from me, stay out of my life, and now you're concerned about an earring and a hair clip, right?
Yes. But
Okay.
I told him to put it in my mailbox so that we didn't have to see. It was very, yeah, these are things that I can't.
So just so we're clear, after this man supposedly violently rapes you, you're concerned about your earrings and a hair clip, and you want those things back, correct?
In the moment, yes.
And you didn't call the police.
Yes, I did.
Oh, now you remember you did.
I went to the hospital and the police were called.
Did you personally call them?
Objection, yeah.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may I have a moment to confer with my client?
You may.
Thank you. Nothing else at this time.
Any redirect?
Ma'am, counsel just asked you about that text exchange on September 21st after the sexual assault. Could you read your response into the record? I think he forgot some of that, just so the record's clear. Why'd you ask if I was on drugs?
Yes. Why did you ask if I was on drugs if I was acting fine? You know, I've literally turned you down for years. I didn't want to sleep with you ever, and I never will. You took advantage of me, and I want you to stay far away from me.
Far what? I'm sorry.
Far, far. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Away from me. I will press charges if you don't. End of story. Your number is now blocked.
Did you ever communicate with him after this? After you were looking for your earrings and your hair clip?
That's it.
Okay. Did you block his number?
Yes.
Okay. And that wasn't the first time that you told him that you only wanted to be friends.
Correct.
Could you look on page 67? on June 14th of 2020, 2022.
22. June 14th, 2022.
Yes. Did you tell him, I always thought we were just friends? Page 67.
I see. What time?
10:19 p.m.
Yes, I always thought we were just friends, and I'm so sorry if I gave you the impression otherwise. I just got out of a very serious relationship, right?
And earlier that night in the text communication on page would be 68, June 14th at 8:44 p.m. Did you tell him, I would like for us just to be friends?
Yes. I would like for us to be friends. I'd like to be able to trust you because from what I can tell, you are a good person. I just really need my mom right now. And she isn't available for me. I'm so selfish and hurtful. I'm gonna make this every time that you're going through something difficult. Please know I like you and none of this is about you, okay?
In the beginning, when you first met him in September of 2021, I want you to look at September 23rd, page 78, the text message at 10:56 a.m. And this is in the context of that Mexican restaurant that you talked about on September 16th on page 79. I like the Mexican food, the restaurant. Isn't it true, ma'am? You never went to dinner with them? You never went to lunch? Okay. And then on September 23rd, do you tell him happy birthday? Better if we just are friends?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read that into the message you sent him on September 23rd of 2021?
Um, Is it the one where I say hi? Thank you for the birthday?
Yes.
Yes, hi, thank you for the birthday wish. Sorry, I'm just not getting back to you. I really respect you and think you are an awesome person. But I'm still living with Chad. I just don't need or want any complications right now. I would love to talk to you more, but I think it'd be better if we did it as friends. I hope that's okay, and I hope you know it has nothing to do with you, because you truly are amazing.
Did you ever want to be anything more than friends with him? In September of 2022, page 61, is the message on September 15th, 2022 from the defendant offering to give you a ride if you need drive you places or just hit me up?
Yes,
And what did you tell him?
I just need a friend.
Your dad was dying?
Yeah, I said, I just need a friend. My dad is, excuse my language, fucking dying. My ex literally stole all my friends. I just need a friend without feeling like they want more. Please. I'd like to come over without feeling like you were going to come on to me.
And what did that mean? You didn't want him hitting on you? And what did you tell him on page 60, September 15th, 2022 at 11:21 p.m.? After he tells you, well, again, you can choose to come over whenever you want. What is your response?
So it's cut off, but I can see it says as long as you don't try anything, don't touch me. So,
And did you tell him September 16th, 2022 on the same page at 11:20 a.m., no dating?
yes. I'm not talking about dating, I'm talking about just hanging out, like I hang out with plenty of females that I don't have sex with.
That's what he said to you.
That's what I said.
So you never wanted a sexual relationship with him?
Never.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Anything else?
But in August of 2023, a month before, August 20th, 2023, you said that no touching unless it's hair, right?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor, it's been asked and answered.
Sustained.
Your Honor, I believe that because of what's just been brought up on redirect, I should be allowed to go into some questioning that the court ruled on initially. That was, I wanted to ask some questions about text messages on page 8, where she references that she's no longer with a boyfriend. And those are from September 16, 4 days prior to the alleged assault.
And so what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it seems that what the prosecutor has done is gone back to these moments years prior where the witness has said, I'm in a relationship. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Now, 4 days before the events, she makes it clear to my client that the boyfriend is out of her life. I think it arguably shows potentially a very significant paradigm shift. And I think that for purposes that the record needs.
How is there a shift? Because on September 21st, she makes it very clear when she said, you know, I've literally turned you down for years. I didn't want to sleep with you ever and never will.
Buyer's remorse.
Seriously. You know what, counsel, I'm going to let you go ahead and ask your question.
Miss England, on September 16, 2023, at 2:37 p.m., on the bottom of page 8, did you indicate to Ray that your boyfriend was out of your life at that point?
Yeah.
Nothing else, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Ryder?
No.
I just offer that defendant's exhibit A. I don't know if the court actually admitted it or not, but I wanted to.
Any objection?
No.
Exhibit A is admitted. I think I'm going to need your copy, ma'am, because mine does not have page numbers. Right. Thank you. You may step down.
Oh.
Yep, you're all done.
Thank you.
I know, it's been a long day. Go ahead.
The people would call Jennifer Cutler, that word. WOR.
And please come forward and be sworn.
See, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. See, state spell your first and last name for the record.
Jennifer Cutler, AENNIFERCEDA. Thank you, ma'am. Can you tell the court where it is that you're?
And how long have you been employed there?
7.5 years.
And what are your duties there? Okay. And did you receive special training to become a sexual assault nurse examiner? And can you briefly tell the court what that was?
I did 1 week left. 300 hours of training. And I sat for the national certification.
Okay. And how many sexual assault nurse examinations have you completed? Okay. And can you tell the court what a sexual assault nurse examination is briefly?
Survivor comes into the hospital, I take documentation so that I can treat medically any injuries, anything I find.
Okay.
According to what she or he tells me.
Okay.
Gonna need you to speak up if you could.
Right.
All right, no, it's okay.
And in your role as a sexual assault nurse examiner, did you conduct a medical exam on the patient Jesse England on or about September 21st, 2023? And how, if you know, did Miss England come into the hospital?